Hi guys, welcome to the Erica Shady channel, the bilingual channel, English and Spanish and Spanish and English. Bienvenidos al canal de Erica Shady, el canal bilingüe de inglés a español y español a inglés. Bueno, well. Tom MacDonald came out with a song just Friday. He already has 1 point, how many views? 2.1 million views in 2 days. In 3 days, because today's Sunday. Oh my. En 3 días este hombre ha sacado como 2.1 millón. Pero vamos a reaccionar, vamos a ver de qué se trata esta canción, porque él siempre da tema que hablar. Whether you agree with Tom MacDonald or not, and I don't agree with other things he talks about, and that's normal. Talks about, I'm sorry, raps about, sings about, you know, there are stuff that I do agree with him, but he always gives you something to talk about. So you always have something to discuss when you're reacting to Tom MacDonald or when you're listening to him. There's always a topic that you're like, okay, well, I didn't think that way, but this, well, I thought it this way. You can have that dialogue, at least myself right here as a monologue. But you can leave the comments, as long as you're not insulting, as long as you're not one of those gun-ho people who your ideas are the ones that are correct, then go ahead and leave a comment if you're willing to share. Pero si tú eres uno de esos, que tú eres tu mentalidad, que esto es y que esto es, no, vete de aquí. Like, people that think that they know, that they have, that unless it's a fact, of course. Facts are the only thing that we can't change.
They're angry that they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down, it's your choice. Black lives only matter when they got a corpse to exploit. Cause the media made millions off the protests for George.
Oof, yes they did. The media made a lot of money out of George Floyd, and we were stuck in the house. So that's why everybody was glued to the TV. The media made a lot of money. And so did social media too. So did TikToks. TikTok exploded. No solamente la media de las corporaciones, sino también los medios sociales, todos hicieron dinero de la muerte de George Floyd, porque estaban nada más ahí con los anuncios y eso, y en los TikToks hacen anuncios también.
When they got a corpse to exploit, because the media made millions off the protests.
And Black Matters lives also make money themselves. It's funny, because that lady, then they found out that she had a house in Europe. She had the money that was supposed to go for the nonprofit organization to make it work. She used it for her own personal gain. Esta mujer que creó una asociación que se llama La Vida de los Negros Vale. Y digo negro porque lo estoy traduciendo literalmente. Si quieren llamarle moreno, pues está bien. La vida de los morenos sí vale, tiene valor. Porque aquí en Estados Unidos a cada rato las policías tratan a los morenos como si fueran nada. Pero uno que estaba ahí dándole dinero y apoyándole, esta mujer se lo estaba metiendo en el bolsillo y comprando una casa en Europa.
George Floyd, that's called ad revenue. They make cash selling you all the crap in the ads while they broadcast news. Ooh, the network full of liars got investment capital and segment sponsored by Pfizer and the freedom fighters.
Yeah, segment sponsors by Pfizer. Exactly. Not non-profit ads sponsored by the government, as it should have been, but sponsored by Pfizer. Because Pfizer wanted people to get this vaccine. And why couldn't they make more? They only make like 3 choices. You know that they use the vaccine just like they use the political system here. You can get with me, or you can get with that. Or you can get with this, or you can get with that. I say you can get with me. But it's true. It's like in this country, it's only 2 choices that you have. Black or white. Left or right. You don't have any other choices. No tienes más. O la izquierda o la derecha, o blanco o negro, o esto o aquello, solamente dos elecciones siempre. Y así hicieron con Pfizer. Bueno, y también estaba el Johnson. Johnson was out too, so it was actually 3, but Johnson, they were putting it down right away, saying that it wasn't as effective, because Johnson had only 1 vaccine, 2 in 1. That's another thing. The other one made more money because you had to get 2 shots.
Capital and segment sponsored by Pfizer and the freedom fighters. I feel like the left just plants them to infiltrate the right. It's extensive planning. Then it happens overnight. It's impressive branding.
He thinks that the freedom fighters are infiltrated by the left. The freedom fighters infiltrated by the left. I don't know. That's like saying that what happened on January 6th was infiltrated too by, what is it called? Tifa. And it's proven the people who committed the act, them themselves say, no, we are Trumpers, and they went to jail. Why would they do that if they were from Antifa? What was the point? And anyway, nowadays nothing is hidden when it comes to social life, to social media. They have records. It's not somebody who just came out of the blue and in one moment said, "Hey, look, I'm a Trumper." No, 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 no. They had social media's account one after the other for years. So it's like I don't know so much about that.
Enough for shirts that say let's go Brandon. It's a
Oh
cash
yeah,
grab.
but in that sense they're turning it around. They're flipping it. Eso sí. So he said that they're infiltrating the freedom rider, but I don't think they're infiltrating the freedom fighters as in they're becoming one of them and saying, hey, we're freedom fighters. But yeah, they are taking their ideas and flipping it around because they have a t-shirt now that says, let's go Brandon. You know? Y la
Then it
cosa de
happens.
Brandon es la que le llaman al presidente Biden, así. Lo de la derecha le pusieron Brandon para poder decirle que se fuera la M, para poder insultarlo. No sé. Entonces, y hubo una persona inclusive que cuando estaba hablando con Biden le dijo, let's go Brandon, le dijo, y el Biden le dijo, let's go Brandon too. Pero era como decirle, con ese nombre, era decirle, F you Brandon. Y eso fue lo que el tipo le quiso decir en la llamada. That's what the guy wanted to tell Biden in the call. But I don't know if Biden got it. He's just like, yeah, yeah, let's go Brandon. And now the left have taken that slogan and have used word t-shirts. They both want to control. The left also wants to control with their cancellation. Lo de la izquierda aquí también quieren controlar lo que la gente dice con la cancelación.
Overnight, it's impressive Brandon. Make $1 million off of shirts that say let's go Brandon. It's a cash grab, everyone's a lab rat. Amazon made billions of dollars from sanitizer and black masks, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who attack always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. Democrats,
Ooh, you see, this is what I like this guy. I'm telling you, this is why I love Tom MacDonald. Because he doesn't just go and say, okay, I'm all right, and I believe this. And no, he's like, he questions things too that the right does wrong. Because, attacking always Middle Eastern countries, like it's funny that all the terrorists and the funny that they always come from Middle Eastern country. And the funniest thing was funnier than that is that they never come from Saudi Arabia because the US and Saudi Arabia are like this. But according to the records that the media has put out, they say that those pilots that took over the plane on 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia. So I don't know. No sé. Pero esta gente, this is why I love this guy. He doesn't hold back.
Tag always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. Democrats, they don't give a damn. What is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cent.
Kyle Rittenhouse is the guy that, well, I don't remember what state did he go to and shoot. The only thing I remember is that there were two states together, and this guy lived in one of those states, and the media, oh my God, this is when you can see that and I'm talking about corporate media more than anything, tries to twist things around. They never told us that, yes, he came from another state, but it's not like he came from the end of the other state. States are connected, and sometimes you just cross one street and now you're in another town. Sometimes you just cross one road and now you're in another state. You cross one street and you're in another town in another state. There's places like that in the United States. Hay sitios así en los Estados Unidos. So it's not like he was living miles and miles. It was like 1 mile, 2 miles away from the other state. And that town that he went to, that is his place, his city too. He goes there to visit his dad. He has even worked there. Él hasta trabajaba ahí. La media no dijo nada de eso. Y entonces también al que él mató, el tipo que él mató estaba usando la palabra con la N, de los que insultan a los negros. Y al mismo tiempo era un loco que lo acababan de sacar del manicomio y que estaba quemando, estaba haciendo tontería y pegándole a la gente. Y él trató de calmarlo. Y ahí fue cuando el loco se le vino encima y él le disparó. So what the media is not saying also is that the guy that he shot, the first guy, not the second guy, because the second guy, he shot him because the guy was trying to take away his gun, because that guy thought that he had shot someone who was just protesting. And no, he didn't shoot someone who was protesting. He shot someone who was actually crazy and destroying things and using the N word, as a matter of fact. He, not Kyle, but the other guy, the first one that he killed. The media never reported that, but it came out in court. And that's why he was acquitted. Salió en la corte. Y por eso fue que lo soltaron, que le hicieron acquitted, le botaron el caso, porque fue en defensa propia. O sea, él tenía derecho de ir al otro estado, ¿ok? Si le podía dar una multa. Ahora, el tipo que lo atacó para matar, estaba quemando. So, él le disparó porque es un loco que está quemando cosas y tirando, y después se fue corriendo y otro lo siguió y le trató de quitar la pistola y a ese mató también. Ese sí era inocente, pero tratando de quitarle la escopeta, o no. No sé, quitarle la escopeta a alguien, pobrecito. I mean, he just didn't think. That guy did not think before he tried to take away that gun. You don't take a rifle. You don't take an M16 from someone.
Give a damn, what is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. They might kill me for this song, it's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence a U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's
And it's also evidence that all the guns that the cartels have in Mexico and in Central America, La Mara says made in the U.S. And there's evidence that the FBI was selling guns to the cartels in Mexico. Este tipo, man, that's why I like it. I say that's why I like it. He doesn't hold back. He sees the whole picture. It's not just blinded but one side. My side is the right side. Both of these are attacking us, the working class. Because at the end, the ones that are affected are us. Neither the Democrat senators, neither the Republican senators, Congress, and president, none of them pay the price. They're okay. Even when they're kicked out, they're all okay because they got money. Tienen dinero. Y nos están quitando a nosotros. Remember, they got donors. Okay, and that money stays with them.
I don't want your dirty money. They might kill me for this song, it's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence a U.S. politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned, illegal.
I was talking about that in another video that I reacted in the US. The prisons are private. Most of the prisons, there are only a few that are governmental, that are federal and used by the government. Most of them are private institutions and they get money from the government and money from the prisoners who work there to work for free because they hire that cheap labor. They go ahead and they hire these people. They get these people hired in other positions so that they can work for very little. Construction works also. Now, I'm not talking about office work, okay? But the dirty work that most Americans don't want to do, and that the immigrants can't get to it. They give it to these prisoners who are working for pennies. It's free labor, slave labor. Él está hablando de algo que pasa en Estados Unidos, que yo hablé el otro día, que aquí en Estados Unidos hay prisiones que son privadas y hacen dinero de los prisioneros, tanto porque el gobierno le da, como que esos prisioneros trabajan por poco. por very little.
Money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned, illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn to dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we
illegal marijuana just mean kids are going to smoke weed because they're going to have access to it. Well, if it's legal, you got to show your IDs, like alcohol. Will they get a hold of it? Yeah, just like guns, but you don't want to make guns illegal, right? Así como los revólveres, ¿verdad que no? Tú no quieres hacer los revólveres ilegales, tú no quieres quitar el Second Amendment, ¿no? So, es lo mismo. Ellos dicen siempre, no, because they'll be able to get the hold of the guns. True. Same thing with weed. And they have. And they did. And especially, when they had the, what do you call this thing? Oh my God, now I forgot what we call that. Oh, the prohibition. That stopped people from drinking alcohol? No.
Label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations. We have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired. Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the smallest battles we're winning so they can publish
$1 trillion in debt to China. He's talking about everything that's happening right now. Él está hablando de todo lo que está pasando ahora mismo. He's covering everything. Este tipo está cubriendo todo lo que está pasando.
Convoy is terrorists and confiscate donations. We have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired. Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the smallest battles we're winning so they can publish the headline that's gonna fuel division. But if we champion the crumbs, then it's crumbs that we're given. And we don't make any progress, we're stuck at the beginning. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. Money, 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 money. Not enough soap to scrub, it's soaked in blood. It's all about the money, 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 money. Every time we make a buck, they take from us. It's all about the money, 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 money. The dollar runs our lives until we die. It's all about the money, 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 money. It controls your mind and it controlling mine. Dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money.
Ching.
Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money.
Wow. Awesome video. Awesome video, Nova. And awesome song. Like always. Like always. Como siempre, este tipo. Hangover Gang. My God. Did you guys like it? If you guys enjoy my reaction like I enjoy this song, give it a thumbs up. Oh yeah, let's give up Tom MacDonald a thumbs up too. Because that helped. Leave a comment. Make sure that you share my reaction. Make sure that you support the channel through Patreon. Asegúrense de apoyar el canal a través del patrocinio.